Over the last 2 days, I was having a number of conversations with CTOs and managers of software companies, and I was trying to explain them what we do with our audits in Zerocracy. And you know how it works probably. We come to a software team, we take a look at what they're working with, we get access to the source code repository, we check their data, we check their logs, we check everything they have, digital artifacts. And then we spend a few days analyzing that. I mean programmers, me, myself sometimes, and programmers who work in Zerocracy. And then we build a report. We explain them what are the technical gaps, what are the technical problems, what are the most important threats and the most important mistakes they have there according to our personal understanding of what is a high quality software product. And it's a few pages report where all the problems are identified, analyzed, and we suggest improvements for that. It's quite a good procedure for any software team. That's what we're trying to tell our customers and potential customers. And over the last few days, I had a number of conversations with these CTOs, and I've heard exactly the same answer from them, and that's why I decided to record the video. They are saying that no thanks, we don't need that, we're doing fine. And then I'm asking them, what exactly is fine? What do you mean by doing fine? How can you know that you're doing fine? Well, sometimes they even don't answer. Sometimes they answer and say that everything works. I mean, we have the product which works, the functionality works, our team implements what we ask to implement, and then they just walk away thinking that their situation is actually good and they don't need any audit, they don't need any review. And I think it's a wrong situation, it's a wrong mindset of those CTOs. They are thinking, let's put it this way, reactively. That's a reactive type of thinking. They are expecting to react to problems. There are no problems, no reaction is needed. We don't need anything to fix. We have a team, programmers work, functionality is being implemented, the software is on their servers, it's okay, so we don't see any problems, any trouble. So why do we need to invite somebody to tell us what's wrong? It seems that there's no trouble, no need for any reaction. That's how they think. But a proper CTO, a proper manager of a software team has to be proactive. A manager has to think forward and think that problems are going to happen eventually. They're not happening now. If they're happening now, of course, you don't need any audit. You don't need any software review. That's too late. If we look at your source code repository when you're in trouble, that's too late for us. You need to change the team. You need to fix the problems. You need to react to problems. You don't need us at that point. You need us when everything is great. And problems are going to happen in the future, but you don't know which problems. You don't know what exactly will happen because of your, lack of testing, or because of you are using some libraries which are not secure enough, because of you are not doing the deployment in the right way, because of your database is not being backed up correctly. All of those troubles. You are not having problems now, but you will have them later. And now you need us or somebody else, some reviewer, some independent reviewer who is not a part of your team now, who will take a look at your stuff from a fresh perspective. And then that person, us or somebody else, will tell you what's going to happen in the future. Not now, not today, but in the future. And if you don't want to know that, if you don't want to know what's going to happen in the future, then you're just a bad manager. If you're saying we're doing fine, we don't need to know about the future, then why are you getting a salary in your team? Why are you getting any money in your team? What are you doing there? Programmers are working. What are you doing? What's your job? Your job is not to tell everybody that everything is fine. Your job is to find all the possible means, all the possible instruments to identify future problems, to look into the future. And we are one of those instruments. Independent review is the instrument for a manager to look into the future. And it's not expensive. It's way less expensive than the cost you're going to get in the future and the cost of the trouble you're going to get in the future. So my answer to those CTOs is that you guys are not doing your job right if you're saying we are fine. A good manager is not going to say that ever. A good manager says, We're fine now, but we definitely need to know what's going to be in the future. The only answer I would take for the right answer would be, we are fine and we know what are the troubles. We just did the audit, we just did the review a few weeks ago, and we already know our risks. So we don't need your help. Maybe come back later, but not now, because we already know what are the problems and we are working on them. What are the risks, what are the threats? But they're not saying that. They're saying we're fine. It's just incompetent approach. Incompetent managers are doing that. Don't be that manager. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.